Right. Welcome to today's episode 7, with your loving Emperor. My name is Adewumi Oshokoya, popularly known as Emperor, and with me here today is my Oga at the top.
Hi, friends. Welcome to another episode of the broadcast. I'm Citizen Oluwatosin.
Sorry. I'm supposed to address myself as Citizen Emperor, because today I'm Citizen. Maybe tomorrow I won't be Citizen. They will have withdrawn my citizenship after this episode. So today we are. I don't really know what we want to talk about, but I know what we want to talk about at the same time. But
No.
because I'm having mixed feeling, like it's sweetening my belly. At the same time, it's not sweetening my belly. So I don't know which one, where I'm going to be. So before we come on camera, my guy has been attacking us, and I know that is why he's the one. He titled this episode actually. I have something else to title it, but now he's titling it something else, and it's not making the title that I want to give it to look, I don't know how to put it, very cool anymore, because now he's titling it. Is Tinubu working?
Is Tinubu sleeping?
Is Tinubu sleeping? Can you imagine? How can you say a whole president of ECOWAS, a whole president of the largest black population in the world, is sleeping? Why now?
No. The event of things that is happening recently has shown that the president is sleeping. President Tinubu is sleeping. One thing is for you to win election. Another thing for you is to one thing for you to get ready, to be prepared to win election. Another thing is for you to get prepared to govern. Because winning election is very simple, because it is just one day thing. But governance is continuous. Governance it need more preparation than winning election. So it will be unfortunate for us.
But he's prepared now.
The event of things that is showing ever since Tinubu become president has not shown.
What do we think will have
that-
been better? Like, if it had been another person that is not Tinubu, what do we think that person will have done any better?
No, everything that Tinubu has been doing since he became president, we cannot say that's the best approach or
It's
the
just
best
3
way.
months.
3 months is not just 3 months.
It's
You know how
just-
many house rent we have paid in Dubai? 3 months. 3 months is not just. Now, all the things he has done, there are better ways of doing them. All the things he's proposing to do, there are also better ways of doing them than what we have now. Our life cannot just be rosy today and overnight somebody just become president and everybody is everywhere. Eta sekata, eskata. No. The things he's been doing from the first day, it's been chaos. People are
Chaos.
not governed this way. We are talking about humans' life, not animals. We're talking about humans.
I understand vividly, like and perfectly. Like things are a bit, a bit tough.
A bit, huh?
It's a bit tough. We would say it's a bit tough, because there is no part of the world that things are actually that rosy. Everybody is operating on their own level. Here in UAE, we have different crises, different
Oga,
set of
let
crises.
us talk about Nigeria. You people supporting
we are
those in power should stop telling us about another part of the world. No. UAE, people in UAE, you want to tell me that UAE citizens, they are not enjoying life?
How many people? What is the total number of the whole UAE citizens?
So
they are not
that
up to
is-
the whole of UAE. Is
That
not
is
up to
why
Agege now.
let us restrict our discussion to only Nigeria. Then, if you want to, you are the
because
one opening it.
we will open it, because the yardstick at which we are measuring Tinubu's activities right now is we are using other countries as a kind of measure.
I have not
So,
mentioned any other country.
We don't have to measure. We are looking at it from the perspective of what we've seen, what we've experienced from other parts of the world. It's psychological.
No,
it is
no,
normal.
no.
But if you want to talk about like actual Nigeria to Nigeria, or previous administration to Nigeria. Tell me, in the history of Nigeria, every president since 1999 that have come into power, what have they done in the first 3 months? Let's measure it. Obasanjo, what did he do in his first 3 months in office? Buhari, what did he do? Yaradua, what did he do? Jonathan, what did he do in their first 3 months in office?
Okay, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Most of the people that are active now are youths. Our largest population in Nigeria now are youths. And most people are just voting or participating in election for the first time actively. And most people also start paying attention now actively. So if you want to talk about what did Obasanjo did in his first 3 months, they don't even teach us history. These are the people also. Same Tinubu.
I will completely disagree.
A minute, I'm coming. What we are saying is this: we might not be able to give a concrete analysis of what they did in their first 3 years in office.
3 months.
But 3 months in office. But then, their first 3 months is not as chaotic as what we have now. It's not as chaotic as what we have now. We might not be able to pen everything down, but there has not been in the history of Nigeria where the fuel price has gone up to over hundreds of percentage, more than 100% overnight.
That's like 400% or something.
Okay.
Almost.
So in the first 3 months of Obasanjo, Yaradua, good luck, all of them, and Buhari, was it this chaotic? No.
It's a different scenario.
It's a different scenario because the new guy in power has not managed the situation well.
Okay, let's agree to disagree.
Okay.
How do you think now? Let me just direct it to you. He should have done it differently.
He could have done differently by not announcing it on the first day.
But he's still going to announce it.
Wait first. You have asked me. On the first day of his inauguration, he shouldn't have announced it. He would announce it. Other presidential candidates also agree that they will remove subsidy. Everybody is shouting, everybody. And it is even the incompetency and the cowardice of Buhari that Buhari did not remove subsidy. Because Buhari, before he became president, has continually saying that subsidy is a scam. But when he get there, even him as a petroleum minister for 8 years, he did nothing.
Yeah.
So he will remove it. But then there is a better way to kill a chicken than uprooting the head. He is going to die at the end of the day. The chicken will die eventually. But there are better way and polite way to kill it than to remove it. Now, let me tell you. Some of the better ways to doing these things is that create palliatives before removing them.
Why palliatives?
Well, if somebody wants to go for surgery now, do they give the person anesthesia before surgery?
Why the palliatives?
Why anesthesia?
Okay, now.
Why do they give you anesthesia before surgery?
What I'm actually expecting everyone to rally around is...
When we talk palliative, I'm not talking about this, the 8,000, because I have problem with that 8,000 also.
It's palliative now, because when you want to... Okay, how do they want to share $500 million in Nigeria?
Must they share the money?
That is what we are asking for when you are talking about palliatives.
I'm not talking about the 8,000. I'm not talking about
what
sharing money.
palliatives are we talking about?
Palliative does not mean people are sharing money or they are sharing food now. So this is Nigeria.
That is the definition of palliative in Nigeria.
In Nigeria. So why should Tinubu become president in 2023 and want to do things the way other guys are doing it back then that we have problem with? Buhari share palliative.
Do we realize like the 8,000 is just a news, how do I want to put it? Like it's not even going to happen. They are not sharing any 8,000. It's just, I don't know how people generate all this news. They are not even sharing any 8,000.
They play.
It's not going to happen.
You are playing. Now, let me tell you this. It's going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Wait now. It's not going to happen again because most people frown about it. If everybody goes with it, it's going to happen. In the days of Buhari, they share palliatives or no. They share this type of money or no. They do. They share it.
And that is Buhari's case. Now it's Tinubu's case. I
There
just
is no,
think
it's looking alike already.
it's not looking alike. It's just the Nigerian misconception. And what I see generally currently in Nigeria is I see some certain set of people hoping that Tinubu fails.
That would be very bad. No, anybody that is open, no. A right-thinking citizen will not hope that the leader or the president fails. Now, see, if they fail, it is our failure. If the president fail, me, I don't pray that he fails. No, I pray for him to succeed.
Be better.
No, I pray for him to succeed because Buhari failed. That is why we are all in this chaos now. Because Buhari failed and his failing is a blockbuster. Buhari's failure. That even his own wife is criticizing his failure. Even people in his cabinet, even Tinubu is criticizing Buhari's failure. So nobody is. I will not say nobody, but I know that if I'm criticizing the government, I've always been a critic of the government. And it is not because I want them to fail or I want another person to be there. No. Anybody that is there, they probably do not even know me in person. But I just want a nation that functions. I just want a nation that I can go to bed, sleep, and enjoy some all these amenities, and transportation will not be luxury. Now in Nigeria, transportation is luxury.
Because
a lot of people are now hit the ground
new.
running. It's the ground trekking.
It's still new. It's still new.
So see, you Agbado people, forget. Don't be with this delusion that people want your candidate to fail. No,
you guys want our candidate to fail.
We don't want him to. Except
we are not going to fail.
Except he's not prepared. If he's prepared to win election, not prepared to
I've
run
told you many
office,
times.
then he's the one that is preparing to fail by himself.
We are already prepared to run this country 10 years ago.
And today is the 53 days without minister. And you are prepared. How are you prepared?
Tell me which Nigeria president in the history of Nigeria has announced a minister in the first 3 months in office.
But none of them said they are prepared for 10 years now.
Yeah,
most of them
for the fact that we are prepared.
A minute.
Doesn't mean we are going to.
You want to gaslight yourself.
A transition process has to happen for a change in any government administration.
For somebody that is prepared 10 years ago, it should not take him more than 5 days to name his ministers.
Part of the people we want to use as ministers then,
that
10
you
years
have
ago,
mentioned before now,
are dead. We want to replace
all
them.
the Nigerian president that you have mentioned before now, all of them come to power accidentally. From Obasanjo that was released from prison to Umoru, where are you? To Yaradua that was on the sick bed in Saudi and they were campaigning for him, to Goodluck that doesn't have pair of shoe, to this Baba crying up and down. All of them come there. None of them say they are prepared 10 years. So
if all of them come accidentally, only Tinubu now have come. Not accidentally. Do we agree to that?
In this conversation.
Do we agree
No, see, many of us know that Tinubu has been preparing to be president for a long time.
Finish, Kalas.
That is one of the reasons that we are now disappointed in him.
We don't have to be.
What is playing out.
We don't have to be. What is playing out? What is playing out?
What is playing out is not alien to him. He knows the problem already, so he should just get to work and stop sleeping.
Agreed.
Your candidate is sleeping.
Have you heard it from numerous people that he don't even sleep at night?
All those ones are Sakama.
They are not Sakama. Is it not overnight that we remove EFCC president, remove all of them. We
All
remove them overnight
those,
now.
they carry it out overnight. It was not decided overnight. It doesn't
We
sleep.
already know we are going to remove them before we come into power.
Only God don't sleep. Forget all those people. I sleep only 4 hours.
We know we are going to remove
only
them.
God doesn't sleep.
We know we are going to remove them before
Baba
we come
is
into power.
sleeping. If truly he has prepared for this years ago, then we should not be comparing him to other presidents that have become accidentally.
Not seen anyone give me a valid point on what is expected. Like, okay, it's not supposed to announce subsidy removal the first day.
I've said that.
I'm referencing you.
Okay.
Let's say we agree. Let's say we agree because
we agree.
If he himself mentioned that it's not part of the speech.
Okay.
So that he said it.
He just gets over excited.
Whatever adjective you want
or
to.
He was sleeping.
Or whichever way you want to put it. So, but he's announced it.
Okay.
Now, for
that
the fact
one
that
alone,
he announced it.
That one alone is what caused all this problem we have now.
It's not. I don't see. It's part of. We won't just say it's not. But at the same time, we understand how Nigerians. We are Nigerians. We know how we react to news, and especially news that are sensitive as this.
So, if we know this, why is the president sleeping and announcing that on his first day?
I will say, he's trying to get ahead of the issue. Don't forget, this same Tinubu was forefront leading protest against Jonathan
for subsidy removal.
For subsidy removal. So I'm sure deep down, we will probably know like, okay, there won't be some riots or protests or whatever, but at least to get out in front of the matter, he kind of make that announcement just to maybe prevent that scenario. That's what I think on my own personal level. I don't know what is.
We may think like this, and at the same time, it might look like we are creating an excuse for him. See, if he knows he's going to remove subsidy, he's been saying it even in campaign. Yeah. We all know. Everybody know and agree.
Every candidate agree to remove subsidy.
And even citizens agree that they should remove it.
Yeah. So why are we now shouting when it's being removed?
We are talking about the steps.
There is
I've narrated that you can kill a chicken in many ways that
main reason.
The head.
This is one of the main reasons I prefer autocracy.
It's not.
This is one of the reasons. That is
discussion for another day. Don't elaborate.
I'm not elaborating it. I'm not widening too much. I'm trying to say it as it is. This is one of the reasons why I don't like autocracy as a person, as an individual.
Okay.
I respect the need for democracy, freedom of speech. I respect that. But most of the time, it's always chaotic. Is always chaotic
because your candidate is.
It's not matter of our candidate.
If you like autocracy, then no support Agbado. Just stay. Say me, I don't want anything you guys are doing. No, it's autocracy. I want anybody that want to come there. But you support a candidate already. But because your candidate is fucking up, now you are saying autocracy. Autocracy. The thing is,
my candidate is doing well.
Another thing is this.
My candidate is doing well.
I'm coming.
Let the man breathe.
We are going to suffocate him.
Let the man breathe. Let the man breathe. Come on.
Now, see, the thing is this. He can remove the subsidy, but he should put palliatives in place before removing it. When we talk,
we should stop talking about palliative. We should talk about salary increments.
A minute. I'm coming first. When we talk about putting palliatives in place, I'm not saying sharing money. Because palliative now is synonyms to sharing money to an average
to Nigerians. That's
I'm not talking about sharing money. Now, how do you put palliatives in place before removing subsidy? All the money, even till now, palliative is not in place. And they have removed the subsidy.
We don't want the palliative.
More than. Wait now. I'm not talking about 5,000 palliative now.
Either whatever it is that it
they
means.
Can bring buses.
They don't need to.
Mass buses.
They don't need to. Honestly. Honestly, they don't need to. They don't need to do anything.
They don't need to.
They don't need to.
Okay.
What they need to do is simple.
Okay.
Create an environment where people can thrive.
So is it creating it in the last 2 months now?
It's going to happen. Wait now. You, this antagonistic set of people, don't let us breathe.
Suffocation is your
Don't
case.
suffocate
You are
us.
going to suffocate.
Let us breathe. Yeah, let us breathe. Is there? Is remove the subsidy,
And he wants to share 1,000.
which they removing subsidy simply means fuel price is going to be at the international market price in Nigeria now. But we have a problem. Already in Nigeria, commodity price is already at international prices. Even made in Nigeria products. Even crops that are
Because
made in
the
Nigeria.
materials are coming from outside.
That's what I'm saying. Like, not even the material that are coming, material that are inside Nigeria. Agbado that is inside Nigeria is being literally being
So
sold
even
at
the
same.
agbado you guys promised to give us.
That's why we are telling you to go back to farm. It's going at the same price as almost outside the country. It's happening. Why? Because the value of fuel is affecting everything. And what happens when prices change? It's cut across board. It's simply cut across board because then the transportation system increased their fares from maybe 1,000 naira to 5,000 naira according to what the fuel price is. Now, those things are happening. We cannot say that. So people who charge a technician now that charge 5,000 naira per hour for a service, we start charging 20,000 naira per hour for a service. That's how it works.
Okay.
That's how it works.
Okay.
Now, it's going to have effect across everybody that are maybe sole proprietorship, entrepreneurs, and stuff like that. But the people that will actually suffer it are the workers who are based on salaries. Because artisans,
So what is your
salary
agbado?
increment to balance it to international level also is one of the first major steps to sort this stuff.
One thing you guys refuse to agree to is that him announcing subsidy removal on the first day of office, he jumped the gun.
Agreed.
Okay.
It's happened.
Okay.
That's what we are saying.
Okay, number
we
one.
Move on.
Number one, we agreed on that. Now, number two is that once he has done that, he should know that OTT is free.
Agreed.
So he need to double your hustle.
He's doubling the hustle
He's
now.
not doing anything. He's not doubling anything. I'm coming. A minute. Just wait first. I'm coming.
Let me drink water.
No better.
Let me drink water.
Now, once he has blabbed that day to announce the subsidy removal, everything he has in plan for every Nigeria should now come with acceleration. Because if the price of anything goes up in Nigeria, that price doesn't come down.
Okay, let me ask.
And a minute. And this, he knows already those in this fuel stuff.
That are still in the fuel.
No, not even those that are still. We will
That
still
are
come to that one because he's not doing
control-
anything about that one.
That are controlling the fuel market.
He knows all these fuel stations owner that they like it when you increase the money. Before government make the announcement of increment in fuel price, they have already increased their price. But when government said reduce the price, they will not reduce it. Government need to now be chasing them up and down to remove it. So if he knows this, he should be wary to announce it. But now he announced it. Every compensation, everything he wants to do before, increase salary for workers, give palliatives to people, give merchandise to farmers and all that. They now need to come as a matter of urgency.
They are coming as urgency now.
Number one, which one of them has come? One.
These factors that we are...
I will not agree. Which of them has come?
Do you know how long it takes
to
put an economic team together and bring them round to table.
for somebody
people
that
have
is
no
preparing
understanding
10
of
years.
this thing. Yeah.
For somebody that is preparing
Yes,
10 years.
for somebody that is preparing 10 years, do people actually know how long it takes to bring all these minds together on a
Which
table?
mind?
People are going to draft all these
Ngige,
policies.
El-Rufai,
How do you think?
Fashola, which mind? Which of the mind
There
you
are-
don't know before? Which mind?
There are some minds that we
Yeah.
don't know before.
Which one of
You are
them?
going to see them on the ministerial list.
Ambode.
Forget
Oh,
Ambode. Forget Fashola. Forget what's this? My
Aregbesola.
Aregbesola.
Eh,
This my love, that loving G5.
Wike.
Not even Wike. We are not talking about those ones. We are not talking about those ones.
So which one?
There are unknown names
Oh no.
that are coming on board. That are coming on board. Trust me. There are unknown names that are coming on board. One way or the other, this will happen. Before election, if I talk with some of my guys about it will be the candidates in general and Tinubu, I've always have strong support for Tinubu. And they always want to nail me to the cross.
No, anybody can support anybody they like. The only thing
it's
is
fine.
that person you are supporting. Make sure if you get there, you will deliver. But if you don't deliver, two of you are going to be on the cross together. I'll be naming you together.
Maybe that's why I'm sitting here now that you are trying to name me. Leave us. We are Agbado people. We are proudly Agbado people. Leave us. We enjoy it. But what I'm saying is, part of what I said was, after he wins the election, Nigerians needs to give him nothing less than 6 months.
We are not going to do that.
Wait.
You know why?
Wait.
Okay.
Wait.
I'm listening.
Relax. Before I start, need to give him 6 months. Why? I think the question is, why 6 months? And why not the usual 100 days that they usually celebrate in office, the first 100 days in office, blah, blah, blah. That's fallacy. We all know.
No,
it's
but
fallacy.
okay. Continue.
6 months. Because, see, we all agree and we are all on the same page that things are currently bad in the nation. Things are bad. And things that are bad for 8 good years. We are not expecting him to spend 1 year to put them right. No, that's not what we are saying. But at least 180 days, it's something.
It's too much.
180 days is not too much.
It's too much.
100
I will tell you why it's too much.
180 days in a government that is problematic as Nigeria. It's not too much.
It's too much. The reason it's too much is this. See,
people really actually think all these things happen with.
they happen like that.
It doesn't.
Okay.
See, before anything can be done in any government, people have to sit down and draft some policy. That takes weeks. Either we like it or not, either we want to accept it or not, either we are thinking about it in our head or not. This thing takes weeks. After they finalize these policies, legislative have to go over the policy before they can enact this stuff.
Can we say something also?
Go ahead.
We are not going to give anybody 6 months. Even if Atiku or Obi, if by the tribe.
I don't even want to hear that. I don't even want to hear that because if it has been another candidate,
that is your cup of tea.
If it had been another candidate, if it's Peter
Let
Obi
us talk
or
also
Atiku,
now.
for one, you would have been saying, Nigeria has been damaged
nobody
for 100 years.
See, for me, Oluwatosin, I am not a card-carrying member of any political party, and I don't fantasy.
We just publicly support some political party.
We have to. The reason we have to publicly support is that the business remain the same. It's a business of monkey see, monkey do. Some people don't have opinion of their own, and they are looking onto you as an influencer, as a model, as a public figure.
And we influence them towards that direction.
Yes. So if you know where it is right and you are not leading them to that place, it is bad. So we have to take a stand.
That is right.
Yes.
And this is bad.
No, see, we have to take a stand that among all this, this is where I see even if it is Atiku, let me just go in my line of thought. We should, that discussion is before election. Even if it is Atiku or Obi that comes to power, we are not going to give any one of them 6 months to do anything.
Be different excuse.
A minute.
That's
now.
the reality.
No, there's no different. Anybody that will create different excuse for different people in power, that person as a citizen is not ready to have a sane society. And that is not me. For me, even if I am the president, don't give me 6 months. 6 months is too much. For what? What
It's
happened
6
to
months.
presidential order? In Tinubu's first month in office, how many presidential order he used? So why are we talking? He needs time. He needs legislator.
Do
he
we
needs.
want
Wait
him
first.
to get into power and start bashing out other like some dictator?
A minute. See, you are just deceiving yourself. If you think that this is 50-something days he has spent in office, he has not commit any dictatorship offense. I can sit down here now and tell you things he have done that other administration to have done, and people have criticized other administration as being a dictator. He has done it.
Even we're talking about the DSS and Emefiele. What else do we want to talk about?
So
Man needs to answer for the
if you know
crime.
this, so why are you saying you should not be?
That has nothing to do with the president. That's DSS jurisdiction. Man has to answer for his crimes. I agree.
Let me continue my line of thought, please. Now,
Go ahead.
Anyone that becomes president, we are not going to give such person 6 months. 6 months is too much. This is the type of 6 months and 1 year people were advocating for Buhari, and that is why Buhari became the most worst president we ever had.
Buhari did well in his first 6 months.
He
did absolutely well in his first 6 months.
He did well.
Yeah.
Because the reason it's not Buhari that did well. It is the citizens that sit right because of what they have heard about Buhari. Because when
so they
Buhari
gave him a chance.
When Buhari,
so where's the chance now?
When Buhari became the head of state, most of us were just newly born and toddler then. We don't know anything. But those that know something then, they were telling us when Buhari was running for election, this guy is Migreskia, this guy is Mekinikon, he will not do this, Operation Y, Operation. So everybody was thinking, this guy, when he get there, he will do better. So when Buhari won the election, automatically everybody sit right. So it is not him doing anything. When he began to spend 3 months, 4 months, 5 months without a minister, people were thinking, mashallah, this guy is going to bring the best team together. Immediately he announced his ministerial is bam. Mm-hmm. And people see that all the hoard and corruptives are the people he's bringing together. Now people say, this guy said, he's not even better than...
So
a minute. So all those time, it was not Buhari doing anything.
So in your own words,
the citizen thinking is different. So we are not going to give any presidential candidate 6 months. Even if it's Showore, we are not going to give all of them time. They should hit the ground running. Your Baba say we hit the ground running.
In your own words, leave our Baba alone.
But now he's eating the bed sleeping.
See, let our Baba breathe.
Somebody that say we hit the ground running is now hitting the bed sleeping.
Let our Baba breathe. In your own words, it is the people who assume that Buhari is working just because of his past actions, the experience in governance and all. So the first 6 months, because I remember for the first 6 months, life is stable, things are going fine.
People sit right.
Things are going fine. So which literally means, assuming by now things is going right in Tinubu's government, as we expect it to be in our own expectation, quotes now, that doesn't mean the entire governance will be good.
No.
Yeah,
no.
That's it, right? It doesn't mean the entire governance will be good for the remaining 3.5 years.
That is not it.
No, it's part of it now, because now we are trying to judge the first 60 days in office and stretch it to the remaining 3 years.
No, we are not saying the entirety of his reign. Nobody even knows if he's going to be there for 3 years or 4 years. So
kill him
the
now.
Case is still in tribunal. Nobody's going to kill anybody. The case is in tribunal.
Which tribunal? Why are they wasting our time? Why are they wasting our resources?
Which resources?
They are wasting our resources for no reason at all.
Which resources?
Who come third in an election and say they win the election?
Who is waiting whose resources?
So
They borrow money. They also borrow money from China to do the case on behalf of Nigeria.
They are wasting our time.
Which time?
Because
they
even
stop any one of us from going to work now.
See, I've not even get there, but now that you are there, even if we, the Alagbados, we want to do something, we have a plan. If the case in court will not finish, how do you expect us to kickstart our plan? We are not going to kickstart any plan now.
If you talk like that means you have gotten the position fraudulently. If you know that you truly won the election, nothing will stop you from continuing with your plans.
Because we know we truly win the election. The election is done and dusted. But that doesn't mean we are not going to follow the constitutional process. We will follow the constitutional process. The party, the candidate, they will all follow the constitutional process. It is normal.
Is it Tinubu that is going to court? Has he even been to the court?
It doesn't have to be in court. He has bigger work to do.
So he should continue the work.
No,
so nobody's wasting your
work
time.
Like that.
He doesn't have anything to deliver. That is why your candidates don't have anything to deliver. Empty promise. And we are not going to give him any 6 months.
Nigerians, we don't have time for all this cat and Tom and Jerry race that we are doing in this court. Fine.
Anybody, which is better? Is it better to go to court or to cause riot? Which is better?
Cause riot.
How?
Maybe we will tear gas you.
Because you are not in Nigeria, or because some of
you are not. It's not because we are not in Nigeria. See,
nobody will say cause riot.
If Nigeria becomes
because if you want to tear gas people, some people are also ready to die.
Wait.
So is it good to see our nation burning down on fire? So if people choose to go to court, let us respect their decision. And so which one is they are wasting our time? They are not wasting anybody's time. No, they are using their money, resources, time, and energy to go to court.
In your own words. They can go to court, but that doesn't remove the fact that this is what is going on.
Which one? What is going on?
You and I, let's say we are contesting for a position. I have a plan, but you are using court process. It's indirectly frustrating my plan.
How?
It's indirectly frustrating my plan.
How? Are you coming to court?
Yoruba will say, oh, jẹ́ kí n fẹ̀dọ̀ lórí òróǹro.
Oh, ẹ̀dọ̀ wo ni ò sí lórí òróǹro. He's not coming to court. Has Tinubu ever been to court?
You are not letting me breathe.
Has Tinubu ever been to court?
Why? Why will he be in court?
So ẹ̀dọ̀ wo ni ò wá sí lórí òróǹro if he's not going to court?
Because until that case is finished,
the fact that
those literally really not the president of Nigeria. That is the truth.
He's been sworn in already.
He's been sworn in.
Even Peter Obi addressed him as the Mr. President.
After a deleted tweet.
He addressed it as Mr. President. Yes or no?
After a deleted tweet.
Yes or no?
No, it doesn't mean it. Then if you tweet something and you remove it, don't go there.
These Agbado people, you guys don't even know governance.
Don't go there.
So wait first.
In Yoruba we say, "Boda se siere." What is the border? Kuku tell me like I'm mad now. You understand? It's as simple as that.
Whether we like it or no, Tinubu is the president now. He's been sworn in.
We know.
Wait first. Relax first. Wait. Yeah, just wait. Just relax first. Whether we like it or not, Tinubu is the president. There is no amount of cases in court that should hinder him from performing his duty. As a matter of fact,
he's performing his normal duty as the president of the nation.
Okay.
That is not
so which of the duty is the court stopping?
We are talking about having a set plan.
Which set plan he cannot execute? So he has to wait until the case finishes before he brings about his A games. Calm down. Everybody the country should burn down.
I will start tagging you OB people because it's OB people that used to talk like this. Calm down.
It's not OB people. It is people that are passionate about having a country that works.
That is the adjective you guys give to each other. Calm down.
People that want a country that works.
We
don't want a president that is sleeping. Aso Rock is not elderless people's home.
Calm down.
If you need to sleep, he should go back to his body lawn.
You are just in a hurry. If there is a plan,
Our life has been bastardized in the last 8 years for us not to be in a hurry.
Let me ask a question. Why
We,
do you
we
think
have been
when you want to
stagnated for 8 years for us not to be in a hurry?
Why do you think when you want to start a building, you need to first of all carve like a fence? Wait.
You know, if we say it is 2 months, he won this election since February.
Wait.
Since February.
Hey.
He won the election since February.
Why do you think before you start building or digging a foundation of a building, you want to have a building?
You see, I'm keeping quiet now, listening to you.
Yes.
You have to keep quiet too and listen to me. I'm with you.
Calm down. You want to build, erect a building. The first thing you do is to have a plan. You have your land plan, the survey, the stuff. All these are the process, which are unseen to anyone. They are unseen. Nobody even know maybe you want to start building on that plot of land yet. But that doesn't mean your plan has not started. Am I right?
You are right.
But it's not seen yet. That's some process. Now, there's another level of process where you put your team together, your construction team together. Maybe they meet in your house or you meet in their office. Nobody is seeing this. But your plan is in process. Then you want to start building. You start ordering materials. You've already started your plan. Nobody is saying this. But your plan is in process. And this is kind of a relativity to what is going on. So if there is a plan in process, because we cannot see it now, I understand the urge and the eagerness. I want to see all these changes.
I want to see.
No, you cannot say anything yet.
Okay.
You've been saying all these things.
No, wala.
We want to see these changes, but this thing is not going to happen overnight because he knows he's going to be president in the last 10 years or he's won the elections since February. Doesn't mean there is no plan, or doesn't mean the plan is not going to be creatively executed. This is not some magic like, okay, I'm going to, because he's the president, then he's going to tell the people, the farmers, like, okay, from today, you start selling agbado, 5 naira per
That is
bag.
what we thought now, since you are Agbado people.
So what do you expect? Is that what everyone
now, can I
is
say something? If you want to
thinking?
build a house, you need to plan, you need to carry the team and all. Yeah, I agree with you. But I've said something in the course of this podcast. What makes the president to jump the gun on that his first day in office, announcing fuel subsidy removal? That singular error should put him on his toes. If he plans to deliver some things in the next 1 month, he should readjust it to 2 weeks. The reason is this: you by yourself as the president on your first day in office, instead of you to come on the podium, make a speech of hope to the people, you come and dash people's hope, telling them subsidy is removal, and before you leave that podium, the effect is already there in town.
Yeah,
fuel sellers already increase. Fuel sellers, petrol stations already increase the amount of fuel.
Which is fault?
Before he leave the podium, because he makes that announcement.
Yes, he made that announcement.
So now, what I'm saying is this: we cannot be waiting for several months again. For that singular act, he need to bring his A games up.
It's in progress.
So now, selecting your team, doing all this should not take this longer time.
Why?
Okay, God bless you. I like that. Now, the reason it should not take this longer time is this guy has been preparing. Anybody that says he's been preparing to be president of Nigeria in the last 10 years, that person is lying to himself. He's been preparing since 1990. He's been preparing to be president since the days of MKO. He's been preparing. Now, if you are preparing others, why? Okay. In the last 10 years, okay. You run election. You won election February
2013.
It won 2020.
2023 rather.
Yes, you won
Election.
election.
2023.
February. A minute now. A minute.
2023.
No problem. 2023. You won election. Now, does it takes months to even assemble the team that will be closer to the people, knowing well that you as the president, your age factor, your health factor is there. Because we cannot, well, you guys will not agree. So, does it take all this longer time for him to assemble his team? No, it doesn't. We are not talking about you and I. We are talking about somebody. A minute.
No, I just want to chip in a question or something so you can continue your assertions.
Oh, no.
So you think he have no idea of what he wants to do?
Nobody say he doesn't have idea of what he wants to do. And I will not agree he has idea of what he wants to do also until I see him doing all those things.
So back to the point.
I cannot sit down here and be assuming he wants to do this. This is how we're assuming for Buhari. If you don't
We
know,
did not assume for Buhari.
No.
Some of us already know Buhari is not going to deliver.
Okay. Majority.
We said this, shouted, nobody listen now.
People were assuming for Buhari, he's going to do, it's second time. You know, you need to win second time. If you win second time, he will deliver. He will do. So we are tired of assuming that the president wants to do something.
But he's already doing
we are
something.
Not. What has he done?
It's removed. It's save your money. It's not easy to remove subsidy. Do you know how much that is?
Which money? We save which money?
Subsidy money.
Well, what has it done with it?
When do we even save this money?
Which money now?
The
subsidy money. Why is it going to borrow if you save money from subsidy?
Okay, hold
Why
on.
is it going to borrow?
When last? When was?
No, you are not answering questions. You say he saved money. Where is the money he saved? And what are they using the money saved for?
This is how it works.
People are suffering in town. People are trekking. The cost of living is getting rise. The cost of food price in the market is getting high. And he's saving the money.
And I think the government needs to do more sensitization for the masses. I think majority of people don't actually know how governance works.
People will not understand how governance works if they are going to bed on empty stomach. They don't want to know.
The truth is actually like people don't need to know. Things just need to be working. Yeah.
So if things is not working, what do you want me to know? Is things working? Is things working?
Is this song that we used to sing in church? It's working. It's working. It's working.
What is working?
It's working.
What has been working since Tinubu becomes president?
Part of what I've been working is, for me, it's difficult. I understand it's difficult, especially for all of us that we are outside the country. There is no set of people that actually want things to work more than people that are outside the country. Because then if things actually start working fine in Nigeria, every money you make outside the shores of the country stays with you. Then unless there is an emergency, you have no reason to send any money home.
You even want to invest. You want to
invest back home. You want to send money home for certain investment. Because for example, now, if I have like 10 million naira in a Nigeria bank 3 years ago, the value of that money is now like 8 million naira, even though it's still showing 10 million naira in units. You understand? We all feel this stuff.
It's not showing 8 million, it's showing 5 million.
It will be showing 10 million, but the value.
No, the value will be 5 million or even less. Because
but
this time
right now, if things work out with the dollar price that they are trying to balance the black market, and these are part of the work, it's not looking right now. But if we want to, part of the problem that is created by this previous administration is that which has been removed now, which is one of the reasons that we are in UAE. We just say, visa has been going small now. This is part of the reason. It is part of the reason. We all know what the main problem is. We all know that Nigeria refused to give money to airlines simply because those ones want their money at a particular set price, and Nigeria is not willing to give that money at that price.
They pay any airline.
What are we waiting for? It's going to happen, and this is people will start easing in. The company will start easing their restrictions and all. These are things that is going to happen. That's why I said this stuff is not going. It's never going to happen just overnight. What can happen overnight?
It's taking time.
What
How
can
many
happen
people
overnight?
need to die before this start
What
happening?
can happen overnight is disastrous stuff, like Sheshelis or what's it called, banning Nigerians. That can happen overnight. But to get that ban removed now will never happen overnight.
But subsidy was removed overnight, right?
And subsidy literally wasn't removed overnight. Now, this is how that works. We already know it's going to be removed, which means every sector...
In fact, a date was set. Why your Baba cannot wait for that date to even come?
Calm down.
Date is been set for it already.
Let us breathe.
He's jumping.
Let us breathe.
He's jumping.
And enjoy our enthusiasm.
He wants to suffocate himself.
We are enjoying our enthusiasm. Leave it for us.
You see, enthusiasm.
Leave it. Now, we already know that is going to happen. Every sector, and parastatals have already prepared their stuff of how they are going to... See, Brexit, people, UK know Brexit is going to happen. Companies are already making plans of how it is going to be. And Brexit has happened, but they have not fully...
But Tinubu did not prepare for subsidy removal.
Now,
when he announced it, he didn't prepare for it.
When he announced it, it wasn't removed. Until, the first importation since that announcement that actually take effect of that subsidy removal was just like 2 weeks ago. Do anyone even know that? The first importation, which means all the fuel in Nigeria until last week are subsidized.
So if the
filling
stations
were selling it at prices...
So if marketers are selling it higher than they should sell it, is it the duty and responsibility of me, the citizen, to curb the activity, or the duty and responsibility of government to check the activity?
It is the duty
and
Buhari was doing that. Of government.
Even Buhari was doing that.
Calm down. And responsibility of government to check that and to jail whoever.
Do they even do that?
And quite a few. I heard news of this social governor do that, and he didn't allow that in his state. He actually announced, like, any filling station that hike the price is going to lock down that filling station. You understand? The problem is, I don't want to use the word, but now I'm forced to. Corruption at every level in Nigeria is so rotten and is so bad that anybody at any level can do whatever they feel like.
Because the person at the top to check them also is not doing what is right.
You might be correct.
Fish stinks downward from the head.
You might be correct. You might be correct. But don't forget, this person also is trying to make sure things doesn't turn chaotic.
Ooh.
You are referring to your president now. He's trying to make sure, like, things doesn't get chaotic.
How will this not turn to chaotic when marketers increase the price of fuel that is not yet increased? So arresting those marketers will turn chaotic. But arresting Emefiele, because it's not chaotic.
How should, in the first instance, how should that even be a news? Emefiele is one citizen in the whole of Nigeria as everybody else. Is one citizen. This thing is
So
it's not
why
around.
Is the marketers prevented and Emefiele is not prevented?
Emefiele case is different.
So what is
marketers
special?
are sellers.
They are not citizens.
Marketers are not the one making policies. Marketers don't.
No, you just said they are the one that increased the money, right, for fuel. Why are they not arrested? All the people that were stealing subsidy money, why are they not investigated and arrested?
The same thing, I will tell you. The same thing why you can go to a supermarket and buy a bottle of Coke for 100 naira and go to one hotel and buy the same bottle of Coke for 1,000 naira and go to a club and buy the same bottle of Coke for 10,000 naira. You understand? Every seller... Wait. I know where you are going, but wait. Let me land. You will bury me, but wait. Let me die first. Let me die first.
This thing doesn't correlate to.
Wait. Let me die first. That is the general mindset of Nigerians.
That doesn't happen only in Nigeria, by the way.
We know.
It happens everywhere in the world.
Don't forget, from the start, we say let's restrict our talk and mention Nigeria.
You are.
That's why I'm mentioning Nigerian.
Okay.
That is what that is. And people don't understand. That's why I say government needs to do some sensitization for people. People don't. Do you know?
Water and coke you are talking about
Do you
doesn't
know?
enter.
Do you know?
Enter.
If you have a certain money
you know
now,
enter.
you enter. If you have a certain money now, is it today that people are selling fuel any amount they see fit? Is it today? It's not today.
Wait.
And Nigeria needs to put some certain policy. The only problem I see in Nigeria is like there is no working policy.
Okay, so what is Tinubu doing to?
It is going to happen, and a policy
after
cannot happen.
3 years.
It cannot do veto power to make a policy. It's not going to work.
We know who is asking for veto power. How many policies
Yeah, the
are
one
they push
telling
forward?
you to use presidential hammer.
Is he not using it already?
He's not using it. We've not started using it. We will
All
use
the
it.
ones he has used, all the people he arrested and they are not going to court. Is that supposed to be?
We are doing
Is that not veto
investigation.
power?
We are doing investigation.
You arrest people before you do investigation, or you investigate
now,
before you arrest people. Which
we
one do
already
you do?
started investigation before we arrest them. Now they have to tell us what they know, or they have to plea. They have to plea. And this Emefiele that you are talking about, I've already started his plea.
Is it that you arrest people before you do investigation, or you investigate before you arrest people?
There are situations whereby if somebody
you
is not
cannot
guilty,
be holding people against their will for more than 24 hours, and you say you are doing investigation.
If it doesn't have
these are what Buhari is doing, and they are saying he's using veto power. You are doing the same thing.
If he doesn't have cockroach in his cupboard, why on the last day of your governance, you already book a private jet that will carry you outside the shore of the country?
What if Buhari didn't travel outside?
Say Buhari have case, ne?
Emefiele has case before he finish.
Emefiele have case now.
Which case?
You have a question.
I'm not even here to
questions to answer
because
now.
He's stupid. Also, I'm not here to.
No, it doesn't matter if he's stupid or not. He is a citizen and he has right to be heard in a court of law.
So why is your government not doing that?
Because it needs
you are doing investigation.
We are doing investigation. We need to let law take proper course. We need to let the law, let judiciary take
Which
proper
investigation
course.
you want to do? Somebody is already corrupt. Kalas, corrupt.
Okay, if it's corrupt, kalas, then we should make a law. This is part of the policies I'm talking about.
They already, what I'm saying is this.
You don't even have to go to
what I'm saying is they already have enough evidence against him. All this drama they are just doing to hold him is what they did to Dasuki. What's this other guy that was sharing money for Ham's deal? Sambo.
Lamadi Sambo.
That is the same thing they are doing to him, just holding people against their wish. You have evidence already against them. Take them to court. Let them have their day. If they were found guilty, sentence them. If they are not guilty, let them go home. No need.
We still have some files that he needs to give to us. We still have some hidden stuff that he needs to tell us. He cannot put them on the table as negotiations. It's not going to work that way until he drops everything and tell us why. One thing I want to hear from Emefiele. Why do you allow that magnitude of fraud to happen in Nigeria?
Which fraud?
Okay. Do you know you want to take Naira out of Nigeria? You take it out with 400. You take it out and bring the same Naira back in 700.
Just return trip.
And they did it for how many years? And they did it for themselves.
Is it Emefiele that allows that, or the president? We don't get president that time. Fish stink downward from the edge. That is why Showore says, if they truly want to persecute Emefiele, that people that will go down with him will be much. Starting from Buhari, even Buhari's family, according to Showore.
So that is why he's still in custody.
A minute. So, see, if you know all this, you don't need to start beating around the bush. Go arrest those people also.
We need to have enough substantial evidence against them.
You are the
one that said we should have evidence before we start arrest. We are doing investigation. That's why now.
We can sit here. We are not going to die. We'll be here. And nothing will come out of this old drama they are making with Emefiele. So don't try to... I've been talking politics for a number of years now. I know how event of things happen and how they later fade off. What happened to previous EFCC chairman that were removed before this last one? What happened to them with the mass corruption that they were caught with?
That is
what happened
Buhari
to them?
Regime.
So
that is Buhari regime.
That is why I'm telling you.
This time is different. trust me, there's
It
going
is
to
not
be
different first if you have not arrested those that were stealing subsidy money.
there is going to be
You just remove subsidy to punish
There is going to be
the
a
poor
law.
citizens. An elite that were stealing that subsidy money, they are still there enjoying their life.
those are problems we are trying to fix. Wait.
How will you fix them if you don't
This
get
is-
them arrested
we are
and they
going
have
to-
their day
see,
in court?
we are
You
going to
don't
create
need
a
any
policy.
other evidence.
It's all
People,
about policy. A policy is coming soon. Mark my words today. Write today's date down. What's today's date?
Where?
Write it down. A policy is coming that is going to automatically jail anyone found embezzling.
Oh.
Like, there is no time. You are not going to get 3 months, 6 months, court back and forth. No one is wasting any government resources on that.
Tinubu can do that, really.
It's going to happen.
Okay.
Mark it today.
I'll be more than happy.
In 2 years' time, you will remember and say, "Oh, this person said this," because it's going to happen.
Oga,
We need to have this stuff.
People are more optimistic about
It's not
some other president that have become before
This is
this
not
one.
matter of optimism. This is not matter of optimism. This is reality. This is
Okay.
we want things to work in Nigeria. Actually, the truth of the matter is, it's not about this action pam thing. It's about having a policy that can run its own course. You happens to be a director general of an agency. Nobody needs to check balance you. What we check balance you is already in the bylaw and the policy that govern that agency. We don't have stuff like that in Nigeria. What we have in Nigeria is a situation whereby an agency gives autonomous power to that director in that agency. How can, for example, the past administration, a custom officer, custom overall boss says he cannot be wearing uniform. That is rubbish. That is bullshit.
That guy is not. He's not a custom officer now.
I don't care what
But
it is.
he was
He
appointed.
represented a particular body. It's like a Nigerian president saying, I'm a democratic president, and army is doing something. I have to wear agbada. I don't have to honor them with my uniform. It's rubbish. It's nonsense.
Okay.
You know what you are signing up for.
In the first place, the foundation is faulty.
Exactly.
You have appointed somebody that doesn't belong to that organization to head them.
Which is now.
So it might choose not to.
Now to say something that will butterfly and sweet the belly of obedience, which is what Peter Obi is saying. Which is part of, because there are some areas which I 100% supports what he's saying, which is part of what he's saying. We need to have a working system. A system where there is automatic checks and balance. A system whereby you don't have to. You see, Nigerians, we are so rough. Like, in just a small office, your office is maybe 100 meters away from the gate. You see your boss driving in. Last son, you are running from your office to come and collect back. Those bullshit grows from that level to government. It grows from that level. It's not like it just happened one day, like people get there. That same person that they are doing that for in his office, we become a rep tomorrow. That rep, we become a senator, we become a president, we become a governor. That's what the problem is. Somebody that just opened barbing salon shop expects his apprentice, when it comes to office, to be, boss is here. That behavior for that particular person becomes a counselor. He's going to keep on behaving that way. Those are the problems.
That does not mean the person will not deliver now.
How will they ever deliver when you cannot even check and balance them? There is no delivery without checks and balance.
So if we don't criticize Tinubu now, how are we going to check balance?
No, I'm not saying we shouldn't criticize him. Actually, he needs all the critics he can get.
Okay. So this
sleeping is part of the criticize.
We should not wake him up.
What we are saying now, you've raised your own criticism. We are now telling you like he's not sleeping, right? So the criticism, if at all, if it is sleeping, I understand the PR. They are not paying me, so it's not like I'm APC member or I'm in Buhari government. I just try to understand.
You have some agbado in your pocket.
We all eat agbado. You eat agbado in your cornflakes. You eat it in your bread. You eat agbado literally all the meal. But what I'm saying is, all this stuff will happen, I'm also saying this in solidarity with people who are not satisfied with how Tinubu is running things. Jokes apart now, serious note. He needs to find a way to create these policies. But that I know takes time. If I don't know anything else, I know that takes time. Even a single policy can take up to like 6 months before it comes
Apart
to
from
pass.
policies, people need to have a kind of cushioning.
It's
Things cannot just be hard
yeah,
for people.
it is the policy that will make it happen. Do you know it's a policy that will compel even private organization to pay this so-called minimum wage. There is nothing like that in Nigeria.
Another thing is the money they have gone to borrow or the money they want to use for palliatives, they should not share 8,000 for people.
And I think Nigeria needs to stop this.
You instead use that money to build factories. They should use that money to buy machinery for the farmers. We need to have food in the country.
I don't even think they need to do that.
The amount of food price now is skyrocketing. People are now eating maybe 001 or 100. So they need to give
you and I. We have money. We know. What are we eating? It has nothing to do with that.
No, what I mean is people are becoming poorer more. People are suffering more now. So there is need to bring whatever is bringing faster than he wants to bring them before.
Agreed.
He need to give, especially the farmers. And the farmers cannot go to farm even
with security issues.
With security. They cannot go to farm. So most of all these things work hand in hand. That is why we want to see his A game as soon as possible. See, around the world now, we cannot give any candidate becoming president 6 months.
You don't have a choice on this one anyway.
Who says?
It's already 3 months.
People are already pushing him.
They will push all you like.
They will push. See, if you think they cannot do like this, they can push all they like, and for 6 months, okay. So you believe 6 months, right?
Yes.
Good. Some people are out there that believe that you should give him first 2 years. So don't complain that time also if he doesn't deliver.
No.
Because if you want to complain that time also, you say you want to push him. Those people that believe, wait first. Those people that want to give him 2 years, we also tell you that you cannot do anything.
Until
He
4
is president
years.
already.
Until 4 years.
But that does not work.
We are going to complain. Until 4 years.
No, see.
We are going to complain.
That is a lie. That is not true. The reason it's not true, I will tell you why it's not true. By this time, 2 weeks ago, people are not complaining like this. In fact, some people are even saying, this Tinubu is not even bad, though. We think he's bad. This Baba is not bad.
Yeah, we are still saying it now.
No, it's different now.
Yeah, we are still saying
see,
it now.
whenever
maybe the people that changed their voice recently, they just send money home.
Whenever he's doing well, Nigerians will praise him, no matter in which part of devices they are or which candidates they are supporting. They will praise him.
But on a scale of 1 to 10, personally, realistically, for you,
me.
On a scale of 1 to 10, as per expectation of how general public, when I say general public now, I'm moving to one side. And you know which side I'm moving to. General public that believe is not going to do, is going to be chaotic. On a scale of 1 to 10, would you have said that assertion is right? Or a little bit
For
or
Tinubu's administration will be chaotic.
Yeah.
He's already chaotic now.
How chaotic?
On a scale of 1 to 10, we cannot even rate him 1 yet.
So you think
of what we expect. See, not Tinubu now. This is a scale for whoever is going to be president.
I understand that side. I'm trying to be personal.
Okay, Tinubu.
Because for me, I strongly believe if it were to be another candidate, if it were to be Atiku, the noises that we'll be hearing more, either you and I support that noise or not now, it's like, oh, it's APC, they've spoiled it for 8 years. I'm not talking about you and I.
See, I'm
talking about the noise.
All those tactics has gone.
It's not going anywhere. If it had to be OB, it will have to be OB, and it's happening like this. If
we are going to nail him. You know why we are going to nail him? Because you are everywhere, jumping
we are
everywhere.
never going to say
We are
in the first 3 months this way.
See,
Peter Obi
when
can say
people are
all he likes,
suffering,
like he's not going to do the announcements the same way
when
as
people are
Tinubu did it.
suffering, it doesn't matter who is the president. When people are suffering, they are going to cry out. No matter who the president is, and no matter the number of days he has spent there. I'm telling you that people are now poorer than they were.
That is a
3 months ago.
That is a complete lie. That is a complete noise. The highest number of people that make noise, that actually make noise in Nigeria, that this are not that, that are not that, they are the elite. Trust me. Let me give you one note. Do you know? One personal experience. I was in Nigeria. I went to Nigeria, right? I was pricing an item. I think the price was like 700 grand. The person in Nigeria tells me like, that's how much it is. That's how much they pay for it. In my own mind, I was like, no way. I'm never going to pay 700 grand for this. It's not worth 700 grand for me. And truthfully, it's not like the person is trying to dupe me. That's how much they literally pay for it. The same item, I bought it less than 700 grand. The question is why? What happened? You see, an average Nigerian, the way we think, the way we reason, is actually different. And the government knows this. That's why education is a problem in Nigeria. That's why it's not accessible to everybody.
I'm not getting your narration.
And my narration is the elite that can actually afford stuff and wanted more that are making all this noise. What concern somebody who just wants to make a living and feed his family? How do you think somebody
It's
who
the
is
elites
earning,
that are complaining, not the
they
people.
are the one making the noise. The people are complaining. There is complaint generally. But people listen to some certain people to make this noise.
Who is certain people? People cannot buy food in the market again.
Who
You say
says
certain
people are not buying food in the market?
The amount they are buying it
I have
before,
been to Nigeria
is that
recently.
the amount they are buying it now?
Forget the amount they are buying it
I
before.
cannot forget it now.
Wait.
How will I forget
We
it?
are trying to be realistic now.
Is
We are trying
food
to be
price the same
we are
amount in the
trying to
markets
be-
now?
We are trying to be realistic now. Everything right now is not the same price as it should be.
Okay.
The only thing that is same price as it should be is what we fail to be addressing, the source of money that are going to the masses. And the only way money flow into the masses is through people who are collecting salaries.
So who is
and
going
these
to
salaries
do
is
even
not
that
increasing.
one? Who is going to do that?
Who is supposed to do that? Of course, the government needs
So
to
is
do
it-
that.
But he's sleeping.
How is it sleeping? It's going to happen. But before it happens, there are policies that have to go in place. That's all we've been saying.
See, we cannot continually to judge to justify
the question is,
the docileness
Wait.
of our government.
I have worked with union representative in Nigeria. I understand how they flow all this stuff. Do
I
you
say
know
we-
the union leaders? That's why the Labour Party, I don't have so much confidence in it. Union leaders, when they try to do salary increments, they do it based on levels. 1 to 6, 6 to 12, 14 and above. You need to see what increment they're actually fighting for.
Their own.
Their own.
Everybody will go to themselves
Which
now.
is wrong. Which is one of the reasons.
Now,
which is one of the reasons.
And
this is not up to government. This is up to Labour.
Is it up to Labour to say this is what we want,
It
or
is
government
up
will
to
give
Labour.
them?
It is up to Labour to negotiate with government.
See, the policy any policy they are working on, and by now we are not seeing it going to House of Assembly or House of Rep, is having enough delay. They should hasten up their game. We
they
cannot
are
sleep here.
hearing you.
Any policy they are working on, we cannot continually to justify the incompetency of anybody in government, because they are not there for free. They are being paid.
We don't want your salary.
They are being paid.
Take your salary.
So they have been. They have been paid. That one say they are rich already. You are rich already. Why don't you say the wife was saying they are rich already? If they are rich already, why they did not say we don't want the salary and the allowances? We don't want. We just want to serve. We don't want.
We don't want.
Even Dangote still want money. Even Dangote still want money. We don't. So they are not there doing charity work. They are being paid for. So anything they are doing, and by now it's not surfacing, it is delayed already.
I understand the anticipation.
If he didn't remove the subsidy on his first day in office, we might have some consideration.
He did not remove.
If he didn't make the announcement,
so say it as it is.
For that announcement alone, he need to hasten up things
and create public panic. Agreed.
He need to hasten up things.
And he admitted it, right?
Admitting it is not the problem. Admitting it is not the solution. We need solution.
They are trying to control
People need solution. People need to be consoled. People need to be, the effect need to be cushioning. It's not admitting, I shouldn't have said that. No, we don't need all those sympathy. We need him to fix problem. He's hired to fix problem. He's not hired to just ulaba.
I think
he's hired to fix problem.
The current problem now still lies with labor movement. Labor movement seriously needs to push weight. Labor movement. I'm not talking about Labour Party.
It's different.
Labour. So let me die. Labor movement needs to push. I understand the feeling that we say government should do the needful. No. I understand that. And I agreed. Tinubu should do the needful. Even if the Labour did not come and push for 100,000 naira minimum wage, even government should propose it themselves. I completely support and agree that.
Do you think a Tinubu administration will push for 100,000?
I am hoping they do.
Okay.
Now I support him, but I am hoping he did that.
Okay.
Because even 100,000 naira as minimum wage is still not up to the same international price value that we are putting fuel on.
God bless you.
I completely agree that.
Okay.
So the minimum thing the government can do, forget the palliatives or stuff like that. The first thing right now is to do that increment. Because once that increment is done, it flows. Money will naturally flow. It will naturally flow. Then after that, start creating policies that will affect themselves, that you don't need anybody to enforce. This policy will naturally... We are here.
In all this, no matter the policy they want to introduce, effect and all that, people need to see a president that is working, that is competent, that is not docile.
Do you agree he's competent? Somewhat. Somewhat, not middle.
No. Middle means 5 out of 10. No.
So you don't think it's
2.
competent? Or you think it's not yet showing the competency?
That's just it. See, you can have the capacity or ability to do some things. If you are not standing up to doing it, then you are not doing it. Citizen Oluwatosin now is coming, giving updates. Most people, the thing is, even me, I have people I call to ask them, Oga, this is... I have people I get update from. But these people, some of them don't have the capacity to fix the camera. Some of them are camera shy. Some of them probably they don't know how to operate social media that much. You get the point. So they are not doing it. So if you are not doing it, you don't. Somebody can say, I know how to make good video and nice update and this Citizen Oluwatosin. But you are not doing it. Do it. So
they won't do it now.
He might ask the competency.
No information to share now.
No information.
No information to share now. Or information is limited.
So he might be competent than the other guys.
Yeah,
that's right. He's not
exhibiting that,
then where's the competency?
I understand. What I'm
people. Do you know people that are closer to Buhari? This Buhari that all of us are saying is the worst some people that are closer to him and say, this guy, you want to tell him, I swear to God, he will just say, okay, go on, you are telling the truth. And does the world works like that in this age?
Yes.
How the world is working in 1985? Just say, Sokbalongba, Olongba.
Even 1985, they will have shoot his military regime now before they even listen to any.
They even remove him because of this way he was behaving.
Yeah.
So,
and that's cause of. That's why I tell you, like, I like autocracy. They easily remove him because it's not democracy.
So, Tinubu might have the competency, but if he is not doing some things, if he's not saying some things, all this one we are doing now, we are just scratching the surface.
Preambles.
We are waiting for him to name his ministers. That is when we will know if he is planning to fail or is planning to succeed.
He's going to name them next week. The list is already ready.
No problem. We are not after just naming them. We want to see the people on the list, substance they carry.
See,
if we name the same,
either the same or not.
Okay.
Let me tell you what's going to happen in this administration. See, I sleep.
I like political those that support politicians. I like them. They are always robbing the ego of their.
I sleep.
Okay, you dream.
I slept, then I dreamt.
Voila.
And I see and I know what is going to happen. Any minister or DG or Secretary General or of any parastatal or any place that is not doing well in this administration, you will either honorably resign yourself or you are terminated.
That is what is going to happen. The president also needs to show a level of competency. Because fish stink that one from the head. Omonshare will look at how Oga.
This is what is going to happen.
The body language of Oga will make them to deliver also.
I understand Nigerians, we are used to hearing from the president time to time, blah, blah, blah. But
no, we are not used to hearing from president.
We are used to it.
We are used to hearing from a spokesperson.
That's why we clamor for it when we don't hear it.
Okay.
You understand what I'm trying to say? I got that. So, but this administration is going to be somewhat similar to that, but different in operation. I don't expect my president to speak to me every now and then. I expect people he put in position to do the needful. Because if they are working, I won't even remember he has not spoken to me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If we are enjoying good governance,
exactly.
Side person say,
so which is the level at which Nigeria collectively should aim for in this administration.
That is what we are aiming for. But are we getting it?
We are going to get it.
Okay.
I have strong knowledge that we are going to get it. It's a bit too much to ask for patience. I understand. Even me, I'm losing patience to be candid and honest. Because we are the one, especially, I'm not saying people in Nigeria are not doing fine. There are people in Nigeria that are doing way, way better than diasporans. But diasporans are bearing quite a high, pressure. You have to work and send money home. If things are fine, you don't have to. Because literally the amount of money you are making here, your family is making the same amount back home if you both, consider the exchange rate. So this stuff, I just hope collectively now, I agree with you on that notion that some certain things have to be put in place for a better governance. So, and I think Tinubu, focusing on Tinubu as a person, it's just like he's the one that submits himself he's the one that submits himself as the scapegoat.
Remi Tinubu or...
He's the one that submits himself as this. I'm saying we focus on all of us collectively.
See, fish stinks downward from the head.
He's going to use 4 years and go. That 4 years is why I'm saying he needs to put some certain things in place.
He should do that. Nobody is stopping him.
He will do it. But
is that not what he's being paid for to do? He should do it.
How much are you paying again?
They are one of the highest paid in the world.
Anyway, it still doesn't matter if they are paid or not. Once you submit yourself to a public service,
they should do it.
You should do the job.
So, hey, you want to do this one? No, we don't want it.
It's already in progress. It's already in progress. No worries. No worries. Anyway, since my Oga is a strong believer of good governance, aren't we all? We are all, anyways.
Some people are strong believers of their political party or the politician they support.
If you want to talk to me directly.
No, not you. Some people, see, you have given some candid opinions. Some people, if you sit down with them, they just want to talk about, they just want to support their candidate
either right
and
or
their
wrong.
party.
It doesn't
and
work that
those
way.
kind of conversation is, for before now, I have strength for such conversation. Now I don't have strength again. If I come online to talk about how Tinubu is not doing well and you should do it, if you come to my comment section to attack me, I would just be, the last time I was talking on the show, one guy was there making noise in my comment section. I was just looking, what I told him is, the person they are saying sorry to and the person saying sorry to that person, one of them is more comfortable than the other. Ẹ̀ntàn ṣe pẹ̀lẹ́ fún, àtẹ̀ntàn ṣe pẹ̀lẹ́ fún yàn, ara rọ èèyàn kan jù èèyàn kan lọ.
Definitely.
So if we say he's not doing it, and you are there in Nigeria because it is your party, because it's your candidate, and you are saying, or your mandate, we shall stand.
We stand on demand. Stand on demand. We will
Stand
stand on the mandate. We will stand on the mandate. We stand on the mandate. But all jokes apart, I think Nigerians collectively, we have a long way to go. Collectively, and the government really, because naturally, we agree with everybody that Tinubu himself raised the bar, and if he raised the bar, he needs to live up to that expectation. So I'm just hoping and employing, some patience from all of us, to let's do this 6 months.
We cannot do 6 months.
After 6 months,
the thing is,
come and fire me.
No, we will not. We will continue to hold him accountable from the first day in office. Even if the tribunal will go other way and another person will come there, from that first day,
I don't want to hear that,
Whatever you want to hear, whatever make you sleep well, no problem. We will continue to hold that person from the first day. There is no time to be giving them room and let us give him first 6 months and first 100 days. No, that one no day again. You have to start delivery on the first day.
Needed. This government needs people like you for high level of criticism to make a U-turn on some bad decision, which I think has happened like twice now.
It has happened twice, and that is good. And it also shows that they are listening.
Exactly.
And that's also distinguished them.
That is part of what people are not looking into.
No, it's a good one also. Good governance. It also distinguishes this administration
from
to
the past one.
Deaf and dumb.
Just say the past one.
Because that one, no matter how you talk,
it's
just
you will hear what is his name.
One way.
Additional.
That one.
And there is another one.
Shehu Gaba. all those ones.
It's the way they
all those ones.
They speak the nonsense confidently that marvel me. Like
all those ones.
Do you listen to yourself? Like, do you okay, let's say this program is live, but there are some that are pre-recorded. Do you play back?
That Lai Mohammed, old man.
Like,
an old man.
For some of us that we don't represent a president, it's different. We are freelance. We can talk anyhow we like. But you have the files. You have information. Like, you
can call anybody
level of information. Access. And you come here and make me sit down for 20 minutes to listen to what I already know. And listen to what I know that is right, that you are telling me is wrong. No. But it is what it is. I just hope whoever is going to do it for this administration should do better.
the person that is doing this administration
Is
hunt
behaving
is
like that.
okay. Thank God you, thank God you know that already.
I know what you want to say.
The person that is doing that for this administration already
is
is a
already
mentee.
moving.
Is a mentee of Lai Mohammed.
He's already moving in that direction.
In fact, this one is with a touch of Agbero. He's a mentee of Lai Mohammed and with a touch of Agbero.
He's already moving. Last time I was listening to him, I was like, okay. Okay. I understand you. But just because I share the view, a little bit of the view, and I want to believe I understand what the administration wants to do. So that makes me to be a little bit patient. But this thing is not it will not resonate with the other side. Though. You should not have said it this way. I wish I can talk to him like you should not have said it this way. You should have said it this way.
And it's not.
I think one of the problem of the country is just like Nigerians. We still lag behind in putting competent people in position.
That's one thing.
We put people in position by prominence, not by
by
competency.
their loyalty to us.
Even
this guy
loyalty,
stood
like,
by me.
Like maybe
he stood by me.
He's known. His name is popular. Is this not by? Is that person actually competent for that position?
And until we grow to that,
I hope this
point,
administration is going to actually throw in some ministers to some position that they are not politicians. If few of them are politicians, it's actually their field. I hope it happens.
Hopefully.
I'm hoping to see those names on that ministerial list, on the minister for state and minister for overall, whatever it is. And I'm hoping to see some drastic changes to which has been happening on the agencies.
Special advisor.
No, the agencies.
The advisors too. Some guys were there that.
Forget advisors. The agencies. These are the ones that are actually deciding what happens to the general masses.
Okay.
No, the NAFDAC, the customs. These are what we interact with on a daily basis. No, hopefully, let's see. So. My guy Taku Buhari that Tinubu is sleeping. So, well, let's see.
We hope he wakes up.
How fast asleep he is. That's if he is. Well, it's not if he said he's sleeping, but I completely disagree anyways. But what do I know? What do I know? We are the Alagbados. We are proudly the Alagbados, whatever name they give to us. But sure, let us breathe. Don't suffocate us.
You have given yourself hope to lead the people. So breathing is out of place.
Just don't suffocate us. Thank you guys for being with us for over past 1 hour. I know myself and Citizen Oluwatosin we've been enjoying ourselves on the set. So and I hope you guys are enjoying yourself too. So for those that join us live and those of us that we are going to be listening afterwards, after we do some touch and tops. Don't worry, we are not going to remove everything. No, it's Chinwag uncut, so we are not going to cut out anything. It's going to be as it is. So thank you for your time, and thanks for our guy for the wonderful time. Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Once again, till we see you next time on another episode. My name is Adeomi Oshokoya Emperor, and with me again is
Citizen Oluwatosin.
Thank you. Bye.
Yes.